What is going on, everybody? We are back. PDGA Junior Disc Golf World Championships in Emporia, Kansas. We have round 3 for Daniel back at Jones West, a course that he had gotten pretty familiar with throughout the course of our stay in Emporia. And for this round, I have somebody joining me.
Hi, everybody.
I have Daniel joining me for round 3. If you guys all have been watching so far and been watching rounds 1 and 2, Daniel had somewhat of a mental game. Maybe, right, Daniel? You were a little bit down after round 1, a little bit after round 2?
Yeah.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, so after his mom and I talked to him, he was going into round 3 with better spirits, especially since he was going back to a course that he had practiced quite a bit leading up to Junior Worlds from Friday all the way up until Monday. So I hope you guys all enjoy round 3. Once we get going, we'll turn it over to the TD. He'll announce the players for Daniel's card, and we'll just talk some disc golf for this round. So I hope you guys all enjoy.
They're getting drier by the moment. So, yeah. All right, starting us off from the 9:24, time for the MJ10s on day 3 of Junior World. We have from Janesville, Wisconsin, Nikola Quade.
So this is Nikola. Nikola was Daniel's doubles partner on Saturday for the pre-event doubles tournament. So you playing with Nikola for round 3, how did you feel, Daniel? Did that make you a little bit more comfortable knowing somebody on your card?
Yeah. It was more comfortable since the other 2 people on my card I didn't really know.
But you at least knew one, right?
Yeah, at least I knew Nikola.
Nice and smooth though.
So this, who we have throwing here, is Joji Aranami. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name correctly. But he's from Japan, so I thought that was really cool that Daniel got to play with somebody from another country. At last year's Junior Worlds, I think everybody you played with was from the U.S., huh, Daniel?
Yeah.
Our third competitor for the 9:24 tee time from Garden City, Kansas, Daniel Beatriz.
All right, so we have Daniel now up on the tee box, and you leaned quite a bit on that ESP Cicada, didn't you, Daniel?
Yeah.
That time you got a really good pull on it. You got the full flight, I think, of that disc, the full flex, huh?
Yeah.
Today for the 9:24 tee time from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Brinley.
I flipped it over.
So you're kind of looking over at me and your mom, and you were holding your shoulder. Was your shoulder bothering you a little bit?
Yeah, it kind of hurted.
Why did it hurt? Is it just from playing
Yeah.
several days in a row from Friday to I think this would be Thursday already, right?
Yeah.
So how did you feel going into round 3, especially after playing already Jones West once on Tuesday and then playing Peter Pan the day before on Wednesday? How were you feeling going into round 3?
I felt confidence, and
Yep. Very good.
now I know what to do on Jones West to just stay calm and just when I'm outside of the circle lay up, and when I'm inside go for a little bit.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's something we were talking about, right? There was a couple of options, that we had discussed the night before outside of the circle. You could give it somewhat of a soft bid, depending on where you were at. I even told you to go for it, right? Because I mean, you got to learn somehow, right? And I think you're pretty confident. You always think you're going to make it, right? Is that something that you believe in yourself, that you're going to make the putts all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you practiced quite a bit leading up to Worlds at home, didn't you?
Yeah.
You practice for how long would you practice in the evenings putting at home?
30 minutes to 20.
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, so you would spend about most of the time it was 5 days a week, because Saturdays and Sundays typically we'd go out and play a couple of practice rounds at our home course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and leading up to Worlds, we actually you played a lot more tournaments than I did this year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where are some of the places that you went to go play?
Daniel.
Just name the courses.
That or the towns that we went to or cities. Do you remember where you went?
No,
Not really.
not really.
So we had taken Daniel kind of all over. I played a tournament in New Mexico, one of the few that I played. He got to play a glow round there. He went down to Hereford. He played in Amarillo. He played in Emporia to start his year. He played some unsanctioned tournaments, part of the KDGA in Lyons. Pratt was sanctioned. That was ran by Smitty. But he played several tournaments this year just to get him ready for this. So, yeah, I mean, Daniel, as I mentioned, was very confident coming into the round 3. So far through his first 2 holes, he's even, which is great. Here on hole 3, I think that was your cicada again, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this time you got the correct path a little high, but you nailed an outside of the circle birdie putt, huh?
Yeah.
And you could tell you were confident. Were you kind of fist bumping or pumping your fist like you were excited? Yeah. So, yeah, no, that was great to see. Daniel hit a big putt on hole 3 outside of the circle. That, I think, boosted his confidence even more. So, moving on to hole 4, this was one of the holes first round, and I think he took a bogey on, was it? I believe, round 1?
Double bogey.
I think it was a bogey.
It was double bogey because I clipped the tree, and then I missed my putt long, and then I finally made it.
No, I think it was a bogey then. I think you had a good throw here. You ended up going with, what did you throw? I think you threw your metal flake destroyer, didn't you?
Yeah, I threw my destroyer.
Yeah, you were trying to get that one holds the line a little bit more because your Z-Light nuke would have flipped because it was a little bit of a head one, wasn't it? But it wasn't strong enough where it would have flipped too bad. But we decided to go with the destroyer, hopefully to get a little bit more push. But yeah, unfortunately, this one you had a good throw. I think you clipped one of those little rose bushes or little rose bush, whatever it may have been. Your approach, I think you were throwing. Was it the Mako or was it the tank or Rhino?
My tank.
Was it the tank? Okay.
And then I just let it go right, and then I missed my putt right here, but then I made it.
Made the comebacker for bogey. So, so after starting par birdie, unfortunately, hole 4 you took a bogey, so we're back down to even, or you're back down to even, I should say. So that takes us into hole 5, 260-foot par 3. This is one of the ones that you felt really comfortable in, right? Because it plays more for a forehand. You were more comfortable throwing around the trees, right?
Yeah.
Because I know I mentioned, I think, round 1, and even when you played doubles, remember, there was a couple of players that threw a backhand in between these trees on your right.
Uh-huh.
A couple of them got up pretty close, didn't they?
I got this one low, but it got a kind of a skip.
Good skip, right? Yeah, just a little low. Luckily for you, it wasn't too low where it hit the ground and maybe early right and cut roll to the right and give you a longer approach. So it got you out in the open. Made it pretty comfortable for you throwing approach, huh?
Yeah.
What were you throwing there with the approach?
My Omega, my soft Omega. I used to putt with those until I switched to big beads. Big beads Omegas.
They're the ETs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've been able to get a couple backups courtesy of Nate. So shout out to Nate for. I think we have 4 backups now for Daniel just in case something happens. And again, moving on to my favorite hole. Was this one of your favorite holes with the water carry, or was it just my favorite hole?
Yeah, this was a cool hole. Because
you're throwing over the water, right? Yeah, so this hole, 312-foot par 3 for hole 6. Again, this is not an island, but it's just got the water carry. I think somebody had ranged it, I think, at 150 to 170 to get to the drop zone, or get to the tee pad for MJ8. First round, Daniel, I think you clipped the tree in front but pushed through, right?
Yeah.
So this time you're trying to go a little wider to the left. And you had a great throw off the tee, and you pretty much almost smashed it almost close to circle 1. I think you're probably circle 2, and I think we have a replay here. I think your mom got another angle for you, huh, on this throw. So that was pretty cool. So we'll see it from the left side. I was over on your right side. So, yeah, I thought you got a really good smash. You felt pretty confident with that throw, didn't you?
Yeah. And then I'm jump putting from here.
Yeah, because I think I told you to flick it, right?
Yeah.
And then did you switch your mind and you were like, oh, I think I could jump put it up there, right?
Yeah.
Good, Daniel.
Yeah, so that was great. Yeah, your jump putt got within about 2 feet. So I thought this was pretty funny because you're like, should I throw it up to the basket or should I just dunk it in there?
Yeah, I'm like, so I got pretty close when missing it because
Yeah,
it hit like top, and I thought I was gonna spit out,
spit out. Yeah,
but it didn't.
it didn't.
Luckily.
So yeah, luckily you got there. You got the par, so everything's all good. Moving on to hole 7, 230-foot par 3. This one, first round, you threw your thrasher. Remember, you threw the I can't talk. You threw your thrasher with too much ante,
And it flipped over.
turned into a roller, right? So what you switched the game plan because us coming into this, you and I talked about, I would give you one option, you would give me one option, but ultimately you were the last person to decide what to throw. I wouldn't make that decision, right?
Yeah.
And that I think helped you, believe that you knew what you were doing, which I always think you know what you're doing, right? Because you know your disc, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the tee there, what were you throwing?
My
Gorgon, right?
Yeah, my Z-Light Gorgon.
No, it's not a Z-Light because it's Innova. I think it's just a lightweight Gorgon that you had gotten last year at Worlds in Tulsa. So you threw it good. I think you put a little bit of ante, and that Gorgon holds that turn on a forehand for you.
And then I just clipped the tree and it sat.
Yeah, just that. And we weren't sure if you didn't clip that, we weren't sure if you were going to push closer to the basket or if you were going to be. You were thinking it was going to get up by the basket, didn't you?
Yeah, but it just kind of clipped the tree.
Yeah, it had to clip the tree. But, I mean, that wasn't bad at all. It still gave you an easy approach up to the basket, right? Easy par, no harm, no foul. And this is another good hole, too. This played, I think, to your skill set, right? Throwing a forehand straight or with a little bit of ante to get up to the basket.
A backhand, you would have to turn over backhand.
Not really turn. Well, yeah, you could do that too, I guess, if you want to go down the middle, right? So I really didn't see that line. I was thinking more backhand. You throw a hard, slight hyzer around this pine tree on your right side. But I mean, yeah, I guess you could do a turnover right backhand down the middle.
Yeah, and then I got my throw too low right here, but I still got a ways up there.
Yeah.
And then my approach with my Rhino was kind of soft, but
it was
5 feet from the basket.
Yeah, about 5 feet from the basket. So it's something that you're normally putting and making about 90 or 95% of your time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So far through your 8 holes of your third round, you're even, which is great because it's a better start than round 1, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell in the video that a lot of the way you're playing is having fun, right? Laughing. You telling yourself, I got this. You're pumping your hands. You were coming up and giving me high fives after every throw. So, and that's one of the things you and I've been talking about, right? If you have fun, if you trust yourself, you play a lot better, right? Not to say that you don't play good when you show emotion, but you lose a little bit more focus because you start thinking about your last throw and your last putt, and you start counting your strokes, right? Because you know where you're at. So, yeah, you did a lot better this round. So on hole 9, we have a 246-foot par 3. This time you got a good throw off the tee, right?
Yeah, I didn't juice it, but I'm medium throw. I got it there, but this got stuck behind a tree.
Yeah, I kind of got stuck behind the tree. I was kind of worried because your approach, you kind of hurried up and kind of threw it hyzer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh man, it's going to go too far and go under that pine tree, roll back down the hill a little bit. But no, you got a par, so not bad at all. So now that we're moving on to hole 10, 267-foot par 3, round 1, I think you threw your cicada where you threw it with a little bit of ante, and it dumped out to the right. So this time you switched it up because I can tell it's a different color disc. What are you throwing here?
My Gorgon.
So what are you looking to do here? Are you looking to throw straight to go back left, or are you trying to dump out more to the right?
I'm trying to
Go
left a little more because I was aiming at that T sign, but I thought I was getting closer to the water.
Yeah, to that OB line on the left by the pond.
Yeah, but luckily, I guess it fighted back at the very end.
Yeah, so you had a really good throw, and that's what we were saying about your Gorgon, right? If you throw it flat with power, it's going to go straight and start to drift to the left right on its own.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you did. You had a very good throw off the tee. You were just, maybe 20 feet outside of the circle 1. You had an easy approach up, and you took your par. Compared to, I think, round 1, I think you took a bogey.
Yeah, because
you threw your tank almost down to the OB by the pond round 1.
Oh, yeah.
So we're moving on to hole 11. It's a par 4. It's 356 feet. So this is one of those ones that you're very confident in because you were able to throw about 3/4 of the way up the right in all of
Yeah.
your practice rounds, your doubles, your first round. So you had a really good throw from this one, huh?
Yeah, and the person on my card, he was a little bit behind me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he threw, but he threw it in for eagle.
Oh, that's right, Brindley, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brindley.
Brindley on his card. He, I think he might have been maybe 15 feet behind Daniel to his left, and I think it was a mid range he was throwing. I just don't know what, but he laced it right down the middle, hit dead center of the chains, and threw it in for eagle. It was awesome to see. I think his mom got it on video too, which was cool. So that was your birdie putt, and it looks like you got it out a little bit to the right. Is that correct?
Yeah,
So it didn't catch,
but it catched chains and
just didn't stick.
yeah, and it also like balanced on the rim.
Oh yeah, and it just went to the right.
Yep.
Yeah. So you did end up unfortunately getting the bogey there, which that takes you, I think, back to even moving into hole 12, which is a 238-foot par 3. The one thing that I was very happy that you did after that putt, you were a bit upset after you missed it. You were still upset when you dropped it in for par. But what did you do? You let it go, right?
Yeah.
You let that one go versus where for round 1 and round 2 you kind of thought about it a lot longer, right? For like the next 2 to 3 holes. So
And here I'm throwing my destroyer.
Destroyer, yeah. So we ended up switching it here. We went with something a little bit more stable. Your Z-Lite zone, your
Nuke.
Z-Lite nuke is stable, but your destroyer, because it's heavier, holds the line a little bit more and wants to fight back a little harder, right? So
Yeah.
you did put the ante on that one.
I put a little more ante, but it was holding the turn way longer than I expected. But it like fighted back,
It fought back, huh?
yeah, it fought back, but it was just a little until it got like a little skip.
Yeah. I thought you had pushed it. I thought you were playing to the basket, the long basket there for a second, huh? But no, yeah, you were lucky that it didn't go too far past where you got under that pine tree, and then you were looking probably at a bogey. So we got lucky there. You were able to pitch up and get your par, and we moved on, which takes us to what the hole we're on, right? Hole 13, 379-foot par 4. What are you throwing there? Because that looks like a pretty solid shot.
My cicada again.
Yeah.
I put a little more ante,
Yeah.
but it still got up there.
Yeah.
I thought it was short.
Yeah, I don't think you have the power to get all the way up there, but I thought you threw a really solid shot. You gave it enough ante and height where the disc held the turn, but it with the stability because it's heavy, it came back to the right, didn't it? Which you left yourself about a 125, 150-foot approach, and this time you had a really good throw on your second, right?
Yeah.
So right now you're putting for birdie.
Yeah.
And nice. And you were able to get the birdie on hole 13, which takes you back down to -1 for the round, which is great. And that takes us into hole 14, 257-foot par 3. This one's the one that was this the round? Did you switch it and throw the nuke OS, or were you still throwing the regular nuke? Yeah.
No, I switched it up and threw my nucleus.
Yeah. And you had a really solid throw here. I think that's the round. I think I just saw it now. I didn't see it live, but you slipped a little bit on the tee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I forgot to say to start the round was that the night before, I want to say about 2:30, 2:45, maybe 3 in the morning of Thursday, it was raining pretty hard, huh? The cabin that we were staying at outside of town had a metal roof, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you could hear the rain because it woke you. Didn't it wake you up?
Yeah, it woke me up, and I heard like sprinkling to my ears, and I just fell back asleep.
Yeah, because you were on one of the bunk beds, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and since it was a metal roof, you could hear it, and I think it hailed for a little bit. So that's what you guys noticed on camera, that the tee pads were a little wet. Sometimes they were a little bit muddy, but there was mud around some of the baskets and around some of those tee pads. So other than that, you were able to get your par there. That takes us to hole 15, 263-foot par 3. This one we changed our game plan, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm throwing my zone, and I'm throwing not around the tree, but like right there to that little gap.
Yeah. The game plan was, I think first round you threw your zone, soft zone,
Yeah.
right? And that
Went
just came out
OB.
high with Heiser, so it just skipped OB. So this time, I think when you and I before we came up to this hole, we were like, let's just throw like we're throwing at the tree with the zone, because it's the stability will kick it back to the right.
Yeah, but I didn't throw the white, the soft zone. I threw my crystal zone.
Yeah, your crystal zone. So big improvement from round one. Round one, I think you took a bogey. This time you're taking a par, so not bad at all. Which takes us to hole 16, 228-foot par 3. This was one of your favorite holes too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because during my practice round, I almost aced it, and during the first time I almost aced it again.
During doubles,
Yeah.
you almost aced it again, and we got that one on camera. Almost everybody thought during doubles it was going in.
Yeah,
So-
and then this one, I just juiced it.
Yeah, I think you had a really good throw. You threw it with a little bit more ante this time, where it held it long, but you threw a really good throw, and you could see yourself. You were pumped up after that throw because you knew you got far enough where you were close enough to get a birdie, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you run that one in, fist bumping and everything. You were excited after that one, weren't you? Because after that took you to -2 for the round, and that takes us to hole 17, 293-foot par 3. So this one, I think you changed up your disc again, right?
Yeah.
Or did you throw the same one? Because first round, what'd you throw?
Oh, the first round I threw my Thrasher.
Mhm.
And then now I'm throwing. Now I am throwing my Gorgon.
Gorgon. Yep.
Gorgon.
So
This can go both ways, a forehand and a backhand, but I choose to do the backhand route.
no forehand route. Oh, you mean like if a backhand
Yeah.
was being thrown, it'd be over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, but I just aimed it too low.
Yeah, too low. Cut roll. The good thing was it cut roll to the right, and you had been begging to throw your Mako a lot more during the whole tournament, right? But I knew that is a disc that is very glidey. You throw it well, but you because of how you throw it hard and it glides for days, right?
Yeah.
So right there you threw the Mako, right?
Yeah.
What helped you?
The trees.
The branches that were sticking up, huh?
Yeah.
I think if you don't hit those, it's probably going farther to the left, huh? Probably outside the circle. So
Yeah.
luckily,
And there's OB over there.
was there OB on there?
Yeah.
I think if you get to the street, though, I don't.
No.
What?
Do you remember at doubles? They asked if I was OB, and they said yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know. But nonetheless, I mean, you got lucky, hit some branches.
Don't overcompensate.
We're inside about 5 to 7 feet. Got the par.
Yeah.
So that takes us to the final hole. So hole 18, 277-foot par 3. This time you got a really good throw, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like that.
So what were you throwing there?
My cicada again.
Yeah. So this time you didn't really play the flex line. You threw more of a flat to a little bit of hyzer, more to the left to come back right, didn't you?
Yeah. And then I almost made this birdie putt, but this went a little past the basket.
Kind of. It was a soft bid, I think, wasn't it? I don't think
Yeah.
you were really going for it because it looked like more of a layup. But I mean, you were able to finish your round 3 with the par on hole 18, and you finished overall at -2, which was in my opinion, your mom was very proud of you. I was very proud of you. It was your first ever round under par of any tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, even here, I haven't shot any.
Any negative rounds?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, and that's Daniel's practice rounds. Our tournament here in Garden City, the Bronquester Open. He's never shot an under round, so this was his first ever round under par.
And our course is really easy, and I just couldn't shoot under par. But
Nope, but you did have before Worlds at our tournament. You had the 2 highest rated rounds you've had in your
+4.
career so far. Well, your overall score, I think one was +4, one was +3,
one or two.
1 or 2. So you shot 800 rated rounds, and in my opinion, that tournament was great for you. But this round was even better. This round could have easily been what, -3, -4.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
just missed some of my putts that I should have made.
Yeah, missed some of the putts you should have made. But the great thing, and the one thing that I was proud of you, so was your mom, was you didn't let those putts that you missed that were potential birdies affect you, right?
Yeah.
You also didn't let that one bogey get you to the point where it was going to affect you for the next 2 holes and 3 holes, right?
Yeah.
You focused right back up, and you kept fighting, and you fought all the way to the end of this round, which you were able to fight back and get under par. and that took your overall score to a +6, which then moved you up one more spot to 17th place, because after round 2 you were tied for 18th with Joji.
Yep.
So that gave you a big boost of confidence going into Friday, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that after we finished and we kind of looked at some of the scores and the places, you knew you had to jump up a couple more spots, right?
Yeah.
And you were very positive after the round, and you were like, I'm going to give it my all the last day to see where I can finish and, hopefully make the cut. And that's something we talked about, right? Thursday. If you ultimately didn't make it, it wasn't that you failed, but you showed us that you could, you can do this, right? And you proved it to yourself, right?
Yeah.
That if you have fun, you can do anything you set your mind to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed. I hope you guys stick around for round 4, and we'll see if that, is the defining round for Daniel that gets him into Saturday, or if it's just one of those days that, just keeps him just quite short, and we'll have to give it a shot next year. But I appreciate everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys, again, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you for the round 4.
Yeah.